Hi, welcome to this stretch sequence. So this routine is just for a stretch. You can do it anytime or after an exercise. And it's really nice. It's all on the mat, and we're going to start lower body and work our way up. So you're going to find a space on the mat, laying on your back, starting with a nice straight spine. And I'm going to take the toes down and point them, reach the hands up above the head, stretch through the fingers, creating as much space as I can between the tips of the toes and the tops of the fingers. Couple nice breaths here. And then spread the arms wide, stretching them as you go, carrying down towards the legs. And once the arms come down, I'm going to lift the legs up one at a time, grab the knees behind the kneecaps, pull the legs into the body. Let the lower back release, stretching into the bottom part of the spine, right into the tailbone. Nice steady breathing. Release the hands from behind the knees, grab the knees on top, and then just take nice circles. Feeling the lower back coming all the way through that circle. Nice little massage for the lower back. And then taking a spot to pause and coming around in the second direction, opposite direction. Keeping the nice full breathing. Stop at the top, let one leg go straight down, squeeze the other knee right into the body. And then opening the knee up to the outer side of the body, opening through the hip joint. Big breath. Continue to open that leg up, down towards the midline or the hip line. And then once there, I'm going to guide that knee across the body, hand it over to the second hand, and just guide gently across the body. So here I want to keep the shoulders and the neck and everything down on the mat. I'm just twisting through the hip here. I'm looking for that nice IT band stretch or outer hip stretch. You can play with the angle a bit, a little bit lower, a little bit higher. See what works best for your body. And then release back up to center. Let that leg go down. Bring the second knee in, squeezing it into the body first, right into the chest, keeping in line with the hip. And open up to the outer side, coming to that high corner. Let the knee come down, guiding towards that center line again, and then across the body and over. Playing again with the angle, see where you feel the most benefit, that outer hip, IT band stretch. Coming back across, let the foot come down to the mat, lift the other foot into the air, roll the ankle out to nice big circles. And pause into the other direction. And then we're gonna point and flex. Point and flex. Hold the point, breathe. Stretching through that front lower leg here, the tibia muscle. Keeping a slight bend in the knee, flex the foot all the way in, looking for that calf, other side of the lower leg. Stretching out here, breathe into it. Keeping the foot flex, straighten that leg out, feeling that full back leg stretch. Hold here. And bringing that straight leg closer. Release the leg, let the foot come down onto the opposite knee. Reach through, pulling the legs in towards you. I'm going to add a gentle press into that outer bent knee. Feel how the pelvis shifts as I do, deepening the stretch. Release the legs, let the top leg cross over the bottom leg, lowering both legs down to one side, and then reach out with the opposite hand. Turn the head completely to look at that hand and settle into this wonderful spinal twist. Breathing into it and relaxing into it. I'm going to stay on this side and take the hand and the head all the way over to the other side. So I wind up on the side of my body, finding my mat and then grabbing that top foot, pressing the pelvis forward and stretching out the first quad. Rolling back onto my back, take the foot I've been holding on to, put that down on the mat, find a nice straight spine again, lift the second foot into the air, roll the ankle out, nice big circles. And the other direction. And then point and flex. Point and flex. Hold the point. Reach with the toes. Keeping a slight bend in the knee. Flex the foot all the way in. Alternating into that calf stretch. Keep the foot flexed, straighten the leg out, full back leg stretch, breathing into it. Looking to deepen the stretch by flexing the toes in more, bringing that straight leg in more. Keep breathing. Oh, yes, release. Foot onto the opposite knee, reach through, bring the legs in. Press into that outer bent knee. Pelvis tilts, deepening the stretch. Release the legs, cross the top leg over the bottom, lower the legs into the opposite side, and we're reaching out for that second twist, turning the head completely to look at that outstretched hand. Breathe and relax into it. Hand and head coming back through to the one side. Finding my mat again. Uncrossing the legs, lowering them down, and we're gonna grab that top foot. Stretch out the second quad, pressing the pelvis forward. Release there, turning onto your stomach. Find the middle of your mat. I'm gonna be up on my elbows and then just rock the hips back and forth. Let everything loosen up and line up in that lower spine, and then use the elbows to pull the upper body away from the pelvis. We're stretching through the abdominals and most importantly, extending through the spine. We spent so much time in the day bent over forward. Ooh, it's so good to extend through in the other direction. Hold here, keep the neck long, keep the shoulders down. Crown of the head reaching for the sky. Breathe here. Toes are pointed. Releasing the stretch. We're going to come back into the shell stretch or child's pose. Bring the toes together, have the knees V'd out, and then slowly lower the sit bones back down to the heels. Arms stay stretched long out in front. Come right down. Once you're there, let the head come down to the mat. Breathe here. Use the heel of the hand to push right down into the lower back and turn the tailbone in towards the feet, stretching into the very bottom of the spine. We're going to walk the hands up towards the knees, coming up into a seated position. Find a seat, or you can stay on your knees, Whatever's the most comfortable as we move into the upper body stretches. I'm just gonna have my legs crossed here, lengthen up through the upper body. Couple nice big breaths just as I sit and lengthen. Taking the hands, interlacing them behind the back, pulling the hands right down to the ground, keep the chin level to the ground, stretch the shoulders, and then lift the hands up behind, stretching into the front of the shoulders. Lower the hands back down. I'm going to reach up and grab my elbows. Pull the elbows directly down the back, stretching into this middle of the shoulders. Alternate the forearms, so the opposite one's on the inside, just to even it out. And one more time, pulling those shoulders directly down the back by the elbows. Releasing into the back of the elbow, bring the arm across the body, squeeze, or the back of the shoulder, I said elbow. Squeeze the arm in, release the shoulder. Nice, easy breathing. Release the first shoulder, second shoulder coming right across the front of the body, second arm. Release the second arm, meet those hands out front at shoulder height. We're going to open the arms wide out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press the chest forward, hold here and breathe. Release, come back into the center position, touch the hands at front. This time as we open up to the sides, we're going to come to that full extension, squeeze the shoulder blades, take a deep breath in, breathe out, turn the thumbs down to the ground, extend the arms through the thumb, using the thumb as you pull, stretching out the biceps here. Work on this one. Keep pulling those arms long, reaching through the thumb. One more big breath. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Release, shake them out. Good. Triceps up over the head, hand behind the head. Walk the fingers down the back and increase that stretch. Release one arm down, second one up and behind the head. Walk the fingers down, increase. release the second side down. I'm gonna roll the shoulders back. The sheep are coming down to have a look at what's going on. And you hear them? And then roll the shoulders into the forward position. Good, relax. Nice long neck. I'm gonna start just by turning over each shoulder, side to side. Come back to center, and then ear down, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Hold. Come up and through to the second side. Hold. Come up, lengthen through the center, chin down to chest. Have a nice deep breath here. Lift up through the chin, reaching up, 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 up. Good morning, sheep. Okay, coming off the mat, one more. I'm gonna take the feet off the mat. I'm gonna put the hands out in front, then I'm gonna stick up through the bum. Straighten the legs out. Nice deep breath here, just hang out over the legs, let the arms be heavy. And then roll up through the back, keeping the navel pulled into the spine, keeping the head and the shoulders down to last, starting to stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae, all the way up through the neck. Oh, good. And then let's just finish with one more stretch, right up to the sky, hands up. Interlace the fingers, keep the pointers free, and then reach up with those pointer fingers. Stretching, push the pelvis forward, reach back, and right back up again. Stretch, 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 and release those arms down. Finish with 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Wonderful. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.